Hello everyone, welcome to the lecture series on computer architecture and organization. In this lecture, we are going to see about mass storage. So what is mass storage? Mass storage refers to various techniques and devices for storing large amounts of data. Mass storage is distinct from memory, which refers to temporary storage areas within the computer. Unlike main memory, mass storage devices retain data even when the computer is turned off. The mass storage medium includes solid state drives, hard drives, external hard drives, and optical drives, tape drives, RAID storage, USB storage, flash memory cards. Everything comes under this mass storage. So, solid state devices or electronic devices in which the electricity flows through solid semiconductor crystal like silicon, gallium arsenide, and germanium rather than through vacuum tubes. It do not involve any moving parts or magnetic materials. RAM is a solid state device that consists of microchips that store data on non-moving components, providing for fast retrieval of that data. Transistors are the most important solid state devices. The transistors contain two p-n junctions, have three contacts or terminals. They require the action of perpendicular electric fields. Their behavior is more difficult to understand than that of diodes. The different types of transistors are bipolar junction transistor, where the current is amplified, while in the field effect transistor, a voltage controls a current. In a solid state component, the current is confined to solid elements and compounds engineered specifically to switch and amplify it. Current flows in two forms, as negatively charged electrons and as positively charged electron deficiencies called holes. In some semiconductors, the current consists mostly of electrons. In other semiconductors, it consists mostly of holes. Both the electron and the hole are called charge carriers. So these are all the hard drives. A hard disk drive is a non-volatile memory hardware device that permanently stores and retrieves data on a computer. A hard drive is a secondary storage device that consists of one or more platters to which data is written using a magnetic head all inside of an air-sealed casing. Internal hard disks reside in a drive bay, connect to the motherboard using an ATA, SCSI or SATA cable and are powered by a connection to the power supply unit. So external hard drive is a portable storage device that can be attached to a computer through a USB or firewire connection or wirelessly. External hard drives typically have high storage capacities and are often used to back up computers or serve as a network drive. An optical drive refers to a computer system that allows users to use DVDs, CDs, and Blu-ray optical drives. The drive contains some lenses that project electromagnetic waves that are responsible for reading and writing data on optical disc. An optical disc drive uses a laser to read and write data. A laser in this context means an electromagnetic wave with a very specific wavelength within or near the visible light spectrum. An optical drive that works with all types of discs will have two separate lenses, one for CD and DVD and one for Blu-ray. An optical drive has a rotational mechanism to spin the disc. Optical drives were originally designed to work at a constant linear velocity. That is, the disc spins at varying speeds depending on where the laser beam is reading. So the spiral groove of the disc passes by the laser at a constant speed. An optical drive also needs a loading mechanism, a tray loading mechanism, where the disk is placed onto a motorized tray which moves in and out of the computer case, and slot loading mechanism, where the disk is slid into a slot and motorized rollers are used to move the disk in and out. A tape drive is a device that stores computer data on magnetic tape, especially for backup and archiving purposes. Tape drives work either by using a traditional helical scan where the recording and playback heads touch the tape, or linear tape technology where the heads never actually touch the tape. Drives can be rewinding, where the device issues a rewind command at the end of a session, or non-rewinding. Rewinding devices are most commonly used when a tape is to be unmounted at the end of a session after batch processing of large amounts of data. Non-rewinding devices are useful for incremental backups and other applications when new files are added to the end of the previous session files. The different types of tapes are audio, video, and data storage tape. So RAID. What is RAID? Redundant array of inexpensive disks. It is a way of storing the same data in different places on multiple hard disks to protect data in the case of a drive failure. RAID works by placing data on multiple disks and allowing input-output operations to overlap in a balanced way, improving performance. Because the use of multiple disks increases the mean time between failures, MTBF, storing data redundantly also increases fault tolerance. A RAID controller can be used as a level of abstraction between the OS and the physical disk, presenting groups of disks as logical units. Using a RAID controller can improve performance and help protect data in case of a crash. So these are about the levels in RAID. This is RAID 0, that is disk stripping. RAID 0 splits data across any number of disks, allowing higher data throughput. An individual file is read from multiple disks, giving it access to the speed and capacity of all of them. This RAID level is often referred to as stripping and has the benefit of increased performance. RAID 1 is disk mirroring. RAID 1 writes and reads the identical data to pairs of drives. This process is often called data mirroring, and its primary function is to provide redundancy. If any of the disks in the array fails, the system can still access data from the remaining disk. This is about RAID 5, that is stripping with parity. RAID 5 strips data blocks across multiple disks like RAID 0. However, it also stores parity information, which is used to recover the data in case of disk failure. This level offers both speed and redundancy as parity data is stored across all of the disk. RAID 6, that is stripping with double parity. RAID 6 is similar to RAID 5, however, it provides increased reliability as it stores an extra parity block. Thus, effectively means that it is possible for two drives to fail at once without breaking the array. RAID 10, that is stripping plus mirroring. RAID 10 combines the mirroring of RAID 1 with the stripping of RAID 0, or in other words, it combines the redundancy of RAID 1 with the increased performance of RAID 0. It is best suitable for environments where both high performance and security is required. This is about this Universal Serial Bus USB is a system for connecting a wide range of peripherals to a computer, including pointing devices, displays, and data storage and communication products. The Universal Serial Bus is a network of attachments connected to the host computer. These attachments come in two types known as functions and hubs. Functions are the peripherals such as mice, printers, etc. Hubs basically act like a double adapter does on a PowerPoint, converting one socket called a port into multiple ports. Hubs and functions are collectively called devices. When a device is attached to the USB system, it gets assigned a number called its address. The address is uniquely used by the device while it is connected. Each device also contains a number of endpoints, which are a collection of sources and destinations for communication between the host and the device. The combination of the address, endpoint number, and direction are what is used by the host and software to determine along which pipe data is traveling. Flash drives. A flash drive stores data using flash memory. Flash memory uses an electrically erasable programmable read-only format to store and retrieve data. Flash drives are non-volatile, which means they do not need a battery backup. Most computers come equipped with USB ports which detect inserted flash drives and install the necessary drivers to make the data retrievable. Computer users can store and retrieve data once the operating system has detected a connection to the USB port. Flash drives have a USB mass storage device classification, which means they do not require additional drivers. The computer's operating system recognizes a block structure logical unit, which means it can use any file system or block addressing system to read the information on the flash drive. Flash drive enters emulation mode or acts as a hard drive once it has connected to the USB port. This makes it easier to transfer data between the flash drive and the computer. Flash memory is known as a solid state storage device, meaning there are no moving parts, everything is electronic instead of mechanical. So that's all about the mass storage. Thank you.